Have you ever felt like anxiety is your permanent shadow? That constant companion that wakes you up at 3 a.m. with a racing heart and a mind playing out every worst-case scenario? If you're nodding yes, then this is for you. Welcome to Digital Stories and Motivational. Today, we're not just talking about managing anxiety. We're talking about fundamentally changing your relationship with it, using a powerful psychological method. First, let's understand why our usual tactics fail. When a wave of anxiety hits, what's your instinct? To push it away. To distract yourself. To think about anything else. You might even berate yourself. Why am I thinking like this? Stop it. But what happens? The thought comes back, louder and more persistent. It hijacks your day and steals your sleep. Here's why that happens. The part of your brain generating these anxious thoughts isn't your enemy. It's an ancient alarm system. Its job is to scan for potential threats and warn you. So when it whispers, "Hey, what if this bad thing happens?" and you immediately slam the door shut in a panic, what message does that alarm system receive? It thinks, "Oh no." The conscious mind is so terrified of this potential threat that it won't even listen to my warning. The danger must be catastrophic. I need to shout louder. I need to repeat this message every hour until they finally pay attention. And just like that, by trying to escape the thought, you've transformed a simple worry into an unspeakable terror. You've created your own version of "he who must not be named." The mere idea of it is so frightening you can't even articulate it. And your internal alarm bells will now ring non-stop. So, if running away makes it worse, what's the answer? The answer is the most counterintuitive thing you can imagine. You must stop, turn around, and face it. This is where we move to the practical technique. It has two core parts. The first part is what I call watching the horror movie. You need to desensitize yourself to the terrifying fantasy your mind is creating. Here's how you do it. Don't do this when you're already overwhelmed. Choose a calm moment. Sit down somewhere quiet. Take a few deep breaths to ground yourself. Then, deliberately invite the anxious thought in. Let the catastrophic scenario play out in your mind from beginning to end. Don't fight it. Don't argue with it. Just observe it, like you're watching a film. Yes, it will be uncomfortable. It might be deeply frightening. But you are doing something crucial. You are proving to your alarm system that you are strong enough to look at the warning. You are saying, "I see you. I am not running." Each time you do this, you drain a little bit of the emotional charge out of the thought. You might have to play this horror movie 10, 20, 100 times. But eventually, you'll notice something. The thought will come, but the paralyzing fear won't. It will feel mundane. That is the moment you know you've reclaimed power over it. But just watching isn't always enough. To truly defeat anxiety, you need to move from being a passive victim of the thought to an active agent in your own life. This brings us to the second, and most powerful part of the technique, asking the transformative question. After you've let the anxiety fantasy play out, you ask yourself one simple, devastatingly powerful question. If this worst-case scenario actually happened, what would I do? This question changes everything. It forces you out of the realm of pure fear and into the realm of problem solving. It shifts your identity from someone this is happening to someone who would respond. Would it be painful? Unbearably so. Would it be the end? Your anxiety screams that it would be. But is it truly? Look at human history. Look at the people around you. People survive bankruptcy. They endure heartbreaking loss. They rebuild after disasters. They discover reserves of strength, resilience, and even a necessary toughness they never knew they had. Your anxiety is tormenting you with the specter of catastrophe because, on some level, it is trying to force you to discover that you have the strength to withstand it. It's a brutal teacher, but its lesson is that you are more capable than you believe. This isn't just anxiety management. This is a moral and psychological duty to yourself. Life is inherently fraught with potential suffering. To live is to be vulnerable. You are presented with a choice between two difficult paths. One path is the path of perpetual avoidance, a life of constant background dread, where you are forever haunted by the unnamed monster. The other path is the path of voluntary courage. It is choosing, despite the fear, to look directly at what torments you and to plan how you would endure it. This path is harder in the moment, but it leads to genuine stability, self-respect, and peace. You don't have to start with your biggest, most terrifying fear. Start with a smaller anxiety. Let the thought play out. Ask yourself what you would do. Find a tiny victory. Prove to yourself that you can look at the chaos and not be annihilated. Build that muscle. Each small confrontation makes you stronger for the next one. So remember, your anxiety is not a sign of weakness. It is a call to strength. It won't stop shaking you until you demonstrate that you have the fortitude to face what it's showing you. Your task is to answer that call. To sit with the horror movie. To plan your response. And in doing so, to reclaim the authorship of your own life. If this perspective gave you a new way to look at your fears, let us know in the comments. What's one small what if you can face this week? For more deep dives into mastering your mindset, subscribe to Digital Stories and Motivational and hit the bell icon. Because the most powerful stories are the ones we write for ourselves. Thanks for watching.